All right, folks, we're just getting here to Montana. This is one of my favorite walks right here. I always come down here and check this out. It doesn't get any prettier than this. In the last week of September, right here, the 1st of October, this is when you got the cottonwoods, the golden leaves. They're just turning right now. Coming from Alabama, I don't have scenery like this. Alabama's pretty its own way, but this is one of the prettiest spots that I get a chance to see every year. Pretty cool scene, isn't it? All right, I'm gonna get back up here. I gotta see what food sources we got this year. I know we've got to change, so I wanna see what we got. Then I'll know how we're gonna have to try to attack our strategy of chasing these whitetails out here. But what a pretty scene. You know, no matter where you're hunting, if your food sources change, you know, the deer can change. So right here, we have a big pivot up here that we've always had, and it's always had alfalfa until you had to rotate it and put different stuff in. But this right here, we've always had barley or soybeans. This year, this is gravity-fed alfalfa right here. So you can see it, deer love it, but we're getting ready to find out this time of year, into September and October, are they still gonna come to this alfalfa like they normally do, or are they going somewhere else, maybe across the river, to get some soybeans and corn and barley? So that's something we're just gonna have to watch and see, but we definitely have a good stand of alfalfa. So again, as a bow hunter, you gotta see what the food source is, then you gotta get on them, put your trail cameras out, and then hope you got tree stands in the right place. But that's what we're hunting this year, a different food source than we've had in the past. We'll see what's gonna happen. All right, folks, I've come out here to our other place that we hunt, and the food source in here for the last, golly, 15, 20 years, either they've planted corn, soybeans, or barley. That's what the farmers always planted. And had a stand of soybeans in here, had a great stand last year. And I just came in here and he said, hey, you're not gonna believe it, grasshoppers took it out. And I went, all right, let's go check it out. Look, folks, check this out. Look at that. I mean, you talking about dirt now. Unbelievable. I mean, they have just worn it out. Let me see if I can get down. Look at this. Here's some soybeans right here. Look at that. Right there, right there, right there. There's still a little bit of beans here, not much, but boy, I am a believer. I just hope these grasshoppers don't do this every year. So nature can be cruel sometimes. Well, it looks like the grasshoppers were pretty cruel on the soybeans this year. All right, if this doesn't work, we're going back to hunt the alfalfa. That's all we can do. All right, folks, gonna take a few practice shots here in Montana. Basically got my little target over here. I got my 3D target out there. And I like to shoot sitting down, so I'm gonna sit on this little target right here. So, all I wanna do is work on a few of my bad habits, and a few of my bad habits consist of squeezing the bow too tight, dropping my arm, and not following through. So I would like to work on those things. And I'll show you something pretty cool right here. This is what they call the little sever broadhead. And I always like to practice with what I hunt with. And the thing about using an expandable broadhead, you'll tear your targets up if you shoot into them. So sever's got a little old set screw. You can see that little set screw right here? It's right there. So the set screw keeps the blades from deploying. The regular broadhead has an O-ring right here, and the blades deploy from the back. So it's pretty cool, but this gives me a chance to practice with what I'm hunting with. It's not gonna tear the target up, and that's all I care about. All right, looks like I made a pretty good shot. And that's one thing I always say. I always try to practice before I hunt, okay? Especially in the afternoons, I like to come out and take a few shots. And I always quit when you make a good shot. So when you go to the field, you got that positive attitude. You just made a good shot on the range. Now you're ready for that buck to step in there. So, but I was working on my 3 things that I always screw up on. That's keeping my elbow up high, light hand pressure on the handle, and just keeping my eye in that sight and following through. If I do that, sometimes I make a pretty good shot. And I'm quitting on that shot right there. All right, folks, we're just getting out, getting ready to walk. We got about a 300-yard walk down here to get it. I understand we call Allen 1, but it's probably 21 miles per hour right now. It's a lot better for us. So let's go. See if we can make something happen this afternoon. You can see this wood line right here. That's it. It goes all the way to the river right there. We got a tree stand right up here. But one thing we got to be careful of is when we're climbing our ladder stick right here. We've climbed up and actually seen the bucks bedded in that thicket right there in front of us. So got to be real careful when we're climbing a ladder that we don't bump anything. So. And the leaves are still on the trees, which is good. They're starting to turn golden now. But that gives us some cover. Also covers our with a lot of noise in the leaves too. Walking to us now. Alright folks, it's blowing about 21 miles per hour. We've got a buck coming to us right here, so I'm not going to talk very loud. But it's blowing good. If it'll stay steady like this, we might have a shot. Got a buck right here. We just had a deer, a buck, just walked right under us. He was over there in those little willow thickets. Let me show you what we're looking at. You can see those little willow thickets over there. That's what they bed in. They're like scraping everything. But you can see this trail right here. It's pretty pronounced. And that buck was right literally under the tree stand. So hoping the next shot, something goes down. Got a kicker. That's pretty cool. That's 3 bucks that have rolled in. The wind's still real steady in the northwest, probably 20 miles an hour. These bucks have gotten up early. It's 50 degrees. Yesterday was 94 degrees. Makes a big difference when a flood comes in. That's a good start. All right, we had a good afternoon. Those deer definitely got on their feet a little earlier. Like I said, it was 96 yesterday, and it's probably 50 now, and the wind is definitely dialed down. It's supposed to be 31 in the morning. So that one old tall rack buck, that was a big body deer, and he had kickers going out. So that's a good buck. He better not walk by again. But that's a good hunt. See if we can get on one in the morning. All right, folks, good morning. It is 28 degrees, and that is a perfect temperature to go stick a big buck. We're gonna head to a stand called Truex. My buddy Martin Truex got a ladder. Then when we're hunting, we're getting really as close to the bedding area as we can this morning. These deer have been bailing off these fields early, so we're gonna try to get as close to the bedding area. Southwest wind is perfect, so we're gonna see if we can bust one. Not very heavy. Got a buck coming right here. First spot. Looks like a 10 point. Short tines, but like a young buck. He's doing exactly what we want. Kind of acting all squirrely. That was textbook right there. That's exactly what we wanted to happen. Coming out down there. Right here, 24 yards, going back to the bedding area. Looking down. Doesn't look like he's got much mass to it. Looks like he's gonna go to the ditch. No, he's gonna stay up. He's walking on the edge. He's mighty cautious. All right, folks, we're gonna get out. It's about 9:30. Good morning, though. We saw 4 or 5 bucks, probably about 6 to 8 does. So that one buck over here that was on the backside, he's not a bad buck with a bow, but it's just the first couple of sets, so we want to kind of see what the inventory looks like. But whew, it was cold this morning, 24. All right, folks, we just got through with the morning hunt. We brought a trail camera with us. We're gonna have west-southwest winds, and we only can hunt here on north winds, northeast, northwest. So we're gonna set this trail camera up on these major trails to see if anything's gonna come through this evening, and that'll help us knowing, because I think the next evening we got northwest to get back in here. So we're gonna put it on this tree. These major trails are right in here, so we want to face it more north and south. You know, putting it east and west, you're gonna get that sun in the mornings and the afternoons. So we're gonna face this thing about like this. That'll be about north. Make sure they're legal in wherever you're hunting. That's very important. But getting the tall weeds out of the way. I can't tell you how many times we've been in a windy situation and we didn't brush out those weeds right there. Had 700 pictures, so we're in a good spot. And major trail that we saw the deer this morning. We want to see what comes out this afternoon. So good spot. All right, folks, last afternoon, we're going back to the crossing. We got a north-northwest wind starting to mist rain a little bit, so I'll try to get in here as early as we can. But last afternoon, fourth quarter, whew, we're getting beat bad, but you never know. All we need is one. We'll see what happens. Stay tuned. Goes around that willow bush. I mean, you want to grunt him in. When the game's over with, he stays on this side. He stays inside. We got a chance. Fourth quarter, that's what it's all about. Give me some love. Turn out the lights, the party's over. This hunt is officially done. I know you down for the count. Yes, sir. All right, folks, check this out. The old chocolate horn 8-point. That's him. He's been playing cat and mouse with us for at least, I know one morning we saw him across the slough. Real pretty morning. He was walking through there. We noticed he was real chocolate. And then this morning we saw him way down here, and he didn't walk the flat. He got down the ditch. He obviously must have come down the ditch and cut across. And there's a Russian olive tree over there he just loves. He's making scrapes and eats over there. And I look over there, and there he was. And then it started getting real windy, and he just walked back in the bedding area. So we looked at the weather. We're going to get a northwest wind. Got to go back to crossing. This deer will walk out. The question is, will he come by us? And when he sat over at that bush, I said, you need to go right. And he went left. I said, ooh, I could be in trouble. But I picked up my grunt call. I grunted at him 2 times when he was behind that bush. He circled by it, right around it. And I thought he was coming right to me. And this little rascal, he bedded up for 30 minutes. When he got up, he didn't turn broadside. He started walking away, and I grunted at him. And I knew I had to put it behind, in front of that hip right there, and it ran all the way through. So he didn't go anywhere. Fourth quarter. I told you we were down 28 points. I think we just won in overtime, 29-28. Get you some of that. All right, we're gonna get him tagged up, and we're gonna get him on the old Yamaha, and we're gonna take him to the house, and we're gonna eat good tonight. Check him out, folks. All right, folks, coming to the cleaning shed. Uh-oh, Cat's done got his big gloves on. Look at those big old gloves right there.
Yeah, why don't you bend over?
All right.
That's what them gloves are for, Jackie.
All right. Well,
brake testing gloves.
I'm shooting deer. I ain't bending over. I can get that at home going to the doctor. All right, look at that long buck right there. Isn't that a big one?
Yep.
Big bodied deer. I tell you what, we had a fun hunt here in Montana. We hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, we're going to keep bringing you some more entertaining video. We love bringing them to you. We hope you enjoy watching. If this is the first time to watch Buckmasters, y'all push that subscribe button. Tell all your buddies about us on social media. And leave us a few comments. Tell us what you like and don't like. All right, we're out of here.